Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the land pollution. The module number is 4 and lecture number is 21. So, day by day the land is getting polluted for our activity. So that is why we should be very aware about the fact. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for our sustainability. This is the importance of our today's chapter. Now we will discuss the topics, that is the definition of the lithosphere, the layers of the lithosphere, and the types of the solid waste. All these topics today we will cover. So let's get started. So students, today we will discuss about the land pollution, which is our module 4 and lecture number 21. Land pollution, that is module 4 and lecture number 21. So these are the some of the objectives of our class. After this class, you can define lithosphere. You can know what do you mean by lithosphere. You can know what are the different parts of lithosphere that we have. Also, you can know what are the solid waste that is polluting our environment regularly, that we know, and importance of this chapter, that is the land pollution. Why we are discussing land pollution, that also you can know. And at last, we can know about the classification of solid waste. What are the types of solid waste that we have, we also discuss in our today's class. Okay, so these are the some of the objectives of class. Now lithosphere. So lithosphere, that means the word lithosphere is derived from the word sphere combined with the Greek word, that is lithos, which means rock. Lithos means rock and sphere means the zone. Okay, so the lithosphere is a solid, whatever the land resources we have, solid resources we have, that is called by lithosphere. Okay, this lithosphere is generally incorporating, or there are three parts of the lithosphere. We can say three parts of lithosphere we have. One is crust, one is mantle, one is core. So in our earth, whatever the land resources we have, all type of that land resources are called by the lithosphere. And lithosphere are generally the constituents of the lithosphere, the parts of the lithospheres, that is crust, mantle and core. Okay, so you can see this is the picture of lithosphere. Okay, so just one of the portion we have just divided, one of the portion we have taken, we have cut a cake. Okay, so after cutting this, you can see the whatever layers we have, the whatever the inner sphere, whatever the inner zone we have, that is called by core. After that we have the mantle, and after the mantle we have the, this is the earth surface, and this is called by crust. Okay, so these are the three layers that we have. The outermost layer is called earth crust. So these are the earth crust, the outermost layer. The thickness of earth crust varies. The thickness, whatever the earth crust, the layer's thickness will be vary zone to zone. Okay, so under the ocean, the crust is only about 3 to 5 ml or 5 to 10 kilometer. Okay, thick, 5 to 10 kilometer thick. Under the continents, however, the crust thickness to about 22 mile or 35 kilometer. Okay, and reaches depths of up to 37 mile, which is 60 kilometer under some mountain ranges. So this is all about the crust. We have the earth surface, whatever we have the earth surface, and the thickness of the earth surface will be different zone to zone. That is called by crust. Next we have below the crust we have the mantle. Okay, so beneath the crust, a layer of rock materials that is also solid, rigid, and relatively cool. Okay, but is believed to be made up of denser materials. So the relatively the colder region, and some of the dense materials we can get in the mantle. This layer is called upper part of the this layer is called mantle. The upper part of the mantle is upper mantle and varies in depth from about 31 mile, that is 50 kilometer, to 62 mile, that is 100 kilometer below the earth surface. Okay. So this is all about the mantle. Next we have below this lithosphere, the temperature is generally at the center of the earth. The temperature is very high, believed to be 1832 degree Fahrenheit. That means 1000 degrees centigrade. Okay, you can imagine how much hot this region is, and which is warm enough to allow the rock materials to flow if pressurized. Okay, so in the inner, that is, this layer is called by the core, the inner part, the center of the earth, where the temperature is very high. Okay, and even the temperature is high, that much high, so that the rock material can flow if pressurized. If we are applying the pressure, that rock material can flow. So this portion is called by the core. So these are the some of the layers of the lithosphere. Okay. So from this portion you can have this type of question, how you can define lithosphere, or what do you mean by lithosphere. Okay, second type of questions you can have this, like discuss about the mantle, crust and core, or what are the three layers of lithosphere, and explain each layers. So that time you have to explain, you have to first answer each and name the each and every layer, and then you have to also discuss about each and every layer. Okay, so this type of questions generally you have from this portion. Okay, now come to the portion, that is why we are discussing about the land pollution. That is very hot topic, land pollution. Now I have here shown some of the pictures of the land pollution. You can see what the condition, current scenario, current situation, how much we are careless about about discharging the all these plastic materials, all these solid waste materials. Okay, and here you can see the plastic, the burning of plastics are taking place here also, which is very harmful, because you can see how much gases are emitted after burning process. So that will increase the carbon dioxide amount, carbon monoxide amount into our air, which is harmful for us, very harmful. Okay, and also these plastics are the some of the materials that, like plastic bottles, some of the polymers are non biodegradable materials. Still we have discharged into the land, they are not mixing to the land, so thus the land will be polluting again and again and regularly. Okay, so this is the, you can see the what is the current scenario, that is why we have to be very much aware that we should not use the plastic materials. We should reuse again and again the plastic materials. We should not discharge any type of solid waste into the directly into the ground, so that will be that will pollute our environment uh, so much. That is why the land pollution, this chapter is incorporated into your stream, so that you people can be aware, and you can then, after all, you can then spread the awareness to stop the pollution. Okay, so this is the current scenario. Okay, now next we will discuss about the source, some of the source, the waste generator, and the types of solid waste. The types of solid waste. This is our topic. The next topic is types of solid waste. Generally, the solid waste are classified based on their source. So you can see we have residential solid waste, industrial solid waste, commercial solid waste, institutional solid waste, construction and demolition solid waste, municipal solid waste, and more we have. Okay, so based on this source we have classified our solid waste. So residential solid waste, generally what are the residential solid waste? The examples are like food waste, paper waste, cardboards, plastic. Again, plastic is very harmful, leather, textile, wood, glass, these are all the solid waste that is belongs to this category, that is residential solid waste. Next is industrial solid waste. Industrial means the from industry, from any factory, whatever we are getting the solid waste, that is belongs to this category, like housekeeping waste, packaging, food waste, construction and demolition materials, hazardous, some of the hazardous waste like acids. Okay, so these are the some of the industrial waste that we have. Next is commercial. Commercial waste, generally from the marketplace, whatever we are getting the solid waste like paper, cardboard, plastics, wood, food. So there metals, glass, these are all the types of commercial. Now institutional, from any institute, generally we get generally the paper waste. Okay, so and same as the commercial waste, paper, cardboard, plastics, all these are also we are getting from the institutional, so it can also belongs to this category, that is institutional as well. Construction, sorry, construction and demolition. So for this, like wood, steel, concrete, dirt, so these are all the solid waste that that is belongs to this construction or demolition solid waste. And thus then next one is municipal services, municipal solid waste. Okay, So this is also one type of solid waste. Again, like sludge, bleaching powders. So these are all the what these are all the belongs to this municipal solid waste. The paper, cardboard, again. Okay, next is manufacturing. From any manufacturing factory, if we are getting so many waste, scrap materials, okay, some of the undesired products, slay. So these are the all types of solid waste that is belongs to this category, that is manufacturing, from the manufacturing. And from agriculture also, some of the solid waste we are getting, like food waste, agricultural waste, runoff, hazardous waste, some of the pesticides. So these are the some of the solid waste that we are getting from the agriculture. So these are all the types of solid waste that we have, all types of solid waste that we will get from different source, and according to their source we can classify the solid waste. Very important. Okay, the from this portion you can have this type of question, like what are the sources, classify the solid waste based on that source, or example some of the municipal solid waste, example some of the institutional solid waste. Okay, and one more thing, solid waste also we have, that is biomedical solid waste, like syringe, needles, saline bottles. So they are also the biomedical solid waste, and they are also very harmful if they are discharging directly to the ground. Okay, so these are the types of solid waste. After this is the today's class. Next day we will discuss about the how we can manage this solid waste. We should not directly discharge into the ground, rather we have to recycle them, or another process we have that we have to maintain to stop the pollution. Otherwise our day by day our environment will get polluted, and also that will be harmful for our sustainability. Okay, so this is all about the today's class. Now from this portion, whatever the questions you may have in your exam, so these are the some of the questions I have given here. So today we have discussed about the lithosphere, the definition of lithosphere, what are the layers that we have in lithosphere. Next we have discussed about the land pollution. Why, what is the importance of this chapter, why we are discussing the land pollution. Okay, and also we have discussed the types of solid waste, some of the solid waste, the classification of solid waste that we have seen. So the first question is yeah, discuss about the layers of lithosphere. Okay, so lithosphere means the whatever the land resources we have, that is called by the lithosphere. Generally we have three layers in the lithosphere, right? First one is the core, the center of the earth. Okay, the first layer, that is the core. Then we have the mantle, and then we have the crust. Okay, you can see here. Yeah, so these are the if our earth you can see like this way, then you can see the three layers of our lithosphere. First one is whatever the center of the earth, where the temperature is very high. Okay, so this is called by the core. Okay, after that, this is core, the center of the earth. Okay, here the temperature is very high. Now next we have the mantle. here so many minerals we can get in this layer. Okay, after the mantle we have the crust or uppermost solid, uppermost the earth surface. Generally the earth surface, the uppermost layer, that is called by the crust. So first of all we have the crust. Next we have the uppermost layer, that is called by the crust. Next we have the mantle, where we can get the all types of minerals, and after that at the center of the earth, that is called by the core, the inner core. Core two type core can be divided into two zones. One is inner core and other one is outer core. Okay, so inner core is generally 5,100 kilometer up to, and after that we have the outer core, that is 2,900 kilometer up to. Okay, so this is the core. So these are the some of the layers by which the lithosphere is constituent. These are the constituents of the lithosphere. Okay, so composition of the lithosphere. So this is the three layers of the lithosphere that we have. Okay, next question, that is how can you classify solid waste? Very important question. Okay, how can we classify? There are so many solid waste that we have. Okay, so we can classify like municipality solid waste, domestic solid waste, industrial solid waste. So these are the some of the types of solid waste, types of or classifications of the solid waste that we have. Okay, here is the total detail. Okay, so residential, we have the residential solid waste. Residential solid waste means like if we whatever domestic the waste we are getting. Okay, it can be it may be food waste, it can be paper waste, plastic waste, textile, leather, fabrics. Okay, so all these are called by the residential the waste. Next we have industrial waste. Industrial means from the industry, any type of industry, from the factory, whatever solid waste we are getting, like light and heavy, the manufacturing, like the manufacturing where the manufacturing of the different products are going on, or fabrication industry, or construction of the sites, any construction is going on, there also we are having the industrial solid waste, like packaging, food waste, construction, demolition materials. We can have the hazardous waste. These are the some of the examples of the industrial waste. We next we have the commercial waste. Commercial waste means generally what, like any from any marketplace, any from any shopping mall, from there whatever we are getting, the waste, the solid waste, that is belongs to this category, that is called commercial waste, like paper, cardboard, plastic, wood, food waste, glass materials. So these some of the hazardous materials also are belongs to this category, that is the commercial. Now we have institutional. Institutional means like if we have any from any institute, generally the main solid waste is the paper waste. Okay, waste papers. Or we can have the cardboard, plastic, food waste, glass, metals. Okay, so these are the some of the solid waste that is that we can get from any type of institute. Next, construction or demolition, from the construction side, we can have different type of solid waste, like wood, steel, concrete, dirt. So these are the some of the solid waste which is belongs to the category that is construction and demolition. And the municipal solid waste means like any landscaping, parks, beaches. So there, from there, whatever solid waste we are getting, that is the municipal solid waste. Next we have biomedical solid waste. Biomedical solid waste is very important, right? And the management, all these solid waste management is a very important thing for the, because day by day by our activity and and we are not so much concerned about our environment. So that's why what will happen, the land is getting degraded. Okay, the land is getting polluted, like we don't have that much awareness, so that we just discharge the waste papers, waste plastic materials into the any type of land resources which is and the plastic, all we know that the plastic materials are non biodegradable. While they are discharging into the land, they won't mix to the nature. Okay, so for our activity or from industry, we are using some excessive amounts of chemicals which is discharged into, which is mixed to our land and polluting our land. Okay, so these are the like this biomedical waste also is very harmful for us, like syringe, like gloves, surgical apparatus, saline bottles. They are all the biomedical, belongs to the category that is biomedical solid waste, and we should manage this biomedical waste well. Otherwise there will be a detrimental effect for not managing this biomedical waste properly. Okay, next we have from agricultural waste, like we can have excessive amount of waste like pesticide, fertilizers. Okay, and that will, while that will mix to the land, and that is belongs to, that is categorized as the agricultural solid waste. So these are the some of the classification of solid waste that we have discussed today. Okay, now next question is, how does the land is getting degraded day by day? So whatever I have told you, actually the land is getting degraded day by day by our activity. Okay, from industry, the harmful chemicals, the harmful solid waste are discharged into, are mixed to the land. Okay, and they are not managing, they are not disposed in a proper manner. So or like from in agricultural field, the farmers are using excessive amount of fertilizers, excessive amount of pesticides, that will also mix to the land and polluting the land. Next, like from domestic, from domestic purpose generally, we also are not aware, much more aware, that we may discharge the waste papers, the fabrics, the waste clothes into the land, and which is, and thus the day by day land is getting degraded. So these are the all these are the all causes, all responsible factors that for that the land is getting degraded day by day. Also, one of the main cause is the for the urbanization, we are cutting the trees, and we are not at all concerned about the tree plantation programs. Okay, so these are the all these are the all aspects by which we are polluting our land, and thus land is getting degraded day by day. So these are the some of the from this portion. These are the some of the questions that you may have from your you may have in your exam. Okay, so next day we will discuss about the solid waste management, which is very important. How we can now we know what are the different types of solid waste actually we have. Okay, now if we and for different solid waste we have the different disposal methods. Okay, so if we don't know properly how to manage this solid waste properly, then we then we can't stop this air pollution, we can't stop this land pollution. Okay, we can't stop this pollution, nature, environmental pollutions. Okay, so mm, uh, this is all about today's class. And for a review, I have given one question, that is give examples of construction and demolition solid waste. Any type of example you can give. So for that you have 10-second time. Your time starts now. Whatever I have told you, also in the questions I have discussed about the demolition and construction solid waste, just you have to memorize and you can get it. Yeah, your 10-second time is over. And you're absolutely right. The answer is wood, steel. Yes, wood, steel, concrete, dirt. These are the some of the solid waste that we can have in the construction. For the construction or demolition, they are categorized as construction and demolition solid waste. Okay, so these are the some today's topic that we have discussed. That is, we have discussed the define the lithosphere. We have discussed about the different parts of lithosphere. Yes, so we have discussed about the solid waste, and also day by day how the land is getting degraded. That is also we have discussed. That is the importance of this chapter. Okay, and at last we have discussed the classification of solid waste. So all these topics that we have covered today. So students, what you have to do now, you have to follow the classes and go through. Sorry. mm, yeah. So what you have to do, you have to just go through the classes, the follow the classes, go through the whatever study materials I have given, and also after that you have to submit the assignment in time. So thank you students, and see you in the next class.